Quantum Conversations, your portal to the inner realms. Access infinite possibilities, infinite mastery, and infinite love. Mind-expanding, heart-opening conversations with some of the greatest spiritual teachers, luminaries, and healers of today's world. Usher in new earth by living in your sacred heart. Quantum Conversations is brought to you by acoustichealth.com. Home of music from the universe, online healing retreats, and this program. Claim your free registration to daily shows at acoustichealth.com. acoustichealth.com, your portal to the inner realms. Our program starts shortly. Welcome to another Quantum Conversation, brought to you by acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and I invite you to sit back as we enter the quantum realm, that space of the greater part of you. It is your connection to infinite possibilities, infinite potential, and infinite mastery. We are talking about rejuvenation, anti-aging, and even reverse aging. My guests today are working with a fascinating method that they're sharing in this episode, along with many other tools and techniques to actually combat disease and aging. In fact, they say it is possible to increase the body's resources by 240%. It's exactly that, what we're talking about today as we discuss breathing, water, cellular health, and ways to energize our body and create new DNA and more. Boris Aronovich is here with us, along with Annette Graucob on this Quantum Conversation. Hello, Boris, and hello, Annette.
Hello, Lauren.
Hello, Lauren. Hello, listeners. It's so good to be back. Today we will tell you all about how you can achieve a real rejuvenation and boost your body's capacity with 240%. Annette will be doing all the talking, and I will be here in the background as usual. I hope you will enjoy the show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Boris. It's always so good to hear your voice. Annette works closely with you, and she may ask you some questions, and we may talk to you again later in this show. Thank you. All right, and welcome, Annette. Thank you so much for being here.
Hi, Lauren. Thank you so much for having us back. It's really, really great to be back on your show and speak to you and your listeners. So thank you so much for having us.
It is my pleasure because you guys are doing tremendous work and we share it with our community. It really is New Earth technology, and you are doing great work with the people that are writing in and sharing their stories. You have products, physical products that we've talked about on this program, the Monocore and the Aquatone and the Smart Breathe, and they're wonderful. They actually are helping people in their lives. And today, we're talking more about the information that supports the work that you do, and you've actually got steps that people can take to rejuvenate the body and to boost the body's systems from the mitochondria to the DNA. It really is quite amazing. So let's start with why you guys brought this program together, because it really is a culmination of all of your research.
Well, you nailed it there, Lauren. It's exactly what it is. First of all, what we want to do and what's so important in the health concept of the future is that we really want to empower people to take charge of their health and their rejuvenation on their own. And at the same time, summarize all of the information Boris has about how to rejuvenate and keep the body healthy. But as you mentioned, we've had such amazing results from our quantum wellness tools that these results were actually the foundation for this new digital program, because we wanted to make it possible for people who don't have the tools to achieve similar results, because we want to reach as many people as possible, to empower as many people as possible. So we created this digital package, and it contains all the information you need in order to start taking really good care of your health and allow for rejuvenation to happen. So it doesn't matter if you have or if you don't have the wellness tools, this program is for you. And, most people, at least I do, I want to look a bit younger than I am on paper, but me and many others have realized that if we want to achieve real and lasting rejuvenation, it's no good thing to keep doing, cosmetic treatments or injecting collagen or such things. What you need to do is go inside and see the condition of your hormone system, the condition of your gastro-intestinal tract and other organs, because our skin and our nails and our hair is entirely dependent on how well our inner organs function. So if we want real rejuvenation and look much younger than we really are, we need to change our thoughts and our approach to primarily health and rejuvenation.
Well, that's fascinating, because you are saying that we can go inside and reverse age by looking at that. And so we're going to do a little exercise here in a Tibetan healing method with Boris in a little bit. But I wanted to chat with you more about, for example, I love the image that you have here with someone who is 30, someone's 40, and someone's 60.
Yeah.
And we can actually look better. So I know that's a big question, especially if we do not need facelifts or neck lifts or eyelid lifts and all that. For example, talk a little bit about that with the physical anti-aging of the skin.
Yeah, everything, the skin, or it doesn't matter what it is, it has to do with your cells. So what we're going to talk about today, and what the program is all about, is how we can rejuvenate the cells. Because we have cells in everything in our body, in our skin, in our eyes, in our bones, everywhere. So if we can rejuvenate the cells will remember rejuvenation, will remember health, and the body will be able to do this rejuvenation on its own. And this is the best and the lasting way to rejuvenate the body, is to go within and help the cells to perform their functions as they should be functioning, really. But the problem is that we live in a world which is affecting our cells, because we have, might have poor oxygen uptake or contaminated external environment and contaminated inner environment with inflammation, poorly functioning cell membranes, poor cellular communication, or weak intestinal flora, etc. And all these things cause health problems eventually. So you need to get rid of those things. And also, you mentioned also, the stressors and the negative thoughts that many people have is affecting us on many levels. And we are going to be talking about that today, how we can reprogram ourselves both on, logical level, but most of all on a subconscious level. So the issue is that most people, when they have or experience problems like aches and pains and asthma or allergies or whatever, is that they treat the symptoms. And it's not that it's wrong to treat the symptom, because it usually frees up energy for the body to use to heal. But it's very seldom the solution, because behind every problem there are usually very many imbalances, and the body is very, very complex. It's a complex system where all the organs and the systems are interconnected. So if we want to solve a health problem, and if we want to combat aging, we need to take care of the body's inner processes before we do anything else. And that's why we are focusing on the cells in this program, 10 Steps to Rejuvenation.
We are going to talk about those 10 steps as well today because it's really fascinating. Again, it comes from all of the work that you do. So when we're working with the cells then, you've got a program that we're going to talk more about, but tell us about what it's going to do.
Well, first of all, we have to bring our cells back to health, and we have to decide which information we send to the cells. We have to decide how we can reach our cells via the subconscious, and how we can improve the cells' oxygen uptake and nutrient uptake, and how we can improve their environment and communication. And when we do this, the body will start to do the rejuvenation itself. So in this program, you will learn, among other, how you can improve the energy flow in the body, how you can rejuvenate your cardiovascular system, how you can learn which nutrients are important for your rejuvenation, and how you can improve the uptake of calcium, etc., and how you can strengthen your spine. So it's packed with easy-to-use exercises, both the physical and the mental plane. It has, I think, 11 or 12 tutorial videos and very informative text handbooks that goes with each step. So what happens is that the result when you use these steps and incorporate them into your daily life is that your memory will be improved, your cognitive abilities will be strengthened, and you will have much more energy in your body, and you will become much happier. And as we mentioned before, you will increase your body's total resources by 240%. And I will tell you at the end of the show how actually every step does this. But primarily, you will look younger and your biological age will be reduced. So that's just a short summary of what will happen when you start using the program.
Well, I know that everyone wants that.
Yeah. Please.
To reverse age and to feel better and look better. It's not just that physical thing, but some people really are feeling a difference in their physical body. You've got so many people writing in with comments, and we have these on the page that has your special offer. Just look at some of these where this is where we can literally begin to see some results.
It is a lifestyle, and you could incorporate it into your daily life. And the time it takes for you to see results depends on where you start, how old you are, what is your condition, etc. But generally, few weeks, maybe a couple of months, you will have some real tangible results. And also, most people who do these things are not really young people. They are elderly people, and they see quite astonishing results. We have people writing into us regularly, telling us just after 1 week of use of the program, they are noticing differences in their bodies. They feel lighter, they feel happier, they sleep better. A couple of years ago, just to mention, we had another anti-aging program here in Sweden, and that was really popular. And that program contained 50% of what we are presenting today. And we have some testimonials from that program, and it's quite remarkable how things changed for people.
I see Ula, her biological age on paper was 74. She was only 69. Mm-hmm. And when she applied his methods, her biological age is 54.
Yeah. And she was in really a bad shape when she came to Boris. Her biological parameters were actually worse than they should have been according to her biological age. But after a few months of using the program, she reduced her biological age with 20 years. So that's quite amazing. And another lady, man, Thomas, said that he is 61. And he followed the anti-aging program for 85 days, and as a result, he had lost more than 6 pounds, kept re-energizing his body automatically, have increased his muscle strength in legs and stomach and have exceptionally stable levels on all health parameters. And his biological age is 31. So that is 30 years reduction. So very effective stuff, this, yeah.
I know many people are wondering, okay, how do we do it? What is it? What is the magic?
Yeah.
And so it's these exercises.
Yeah. And what we did is that we took in consideration that people are different. Some people learn easily by watching stuff, others want to listen, and others want to read. So what we did is that we produced videos, and the videos are very easy to understand, but what they have is background music, and that music is very specific. It will balance your brain halves. Just by listening and watching the videos, you are balancing your brain halves or your brain hemispheres, and when you have balanced brain hemispheres, the body automatically starts a healing process. So just by watching the videos, you will have a healing process starting in your body. But this also facilitates your learning process. So this music in the background is what is the key to easy learning and absorption of the material. And then in the videos, there are many different kinds of exercises which Boris has developed. Very easy to do, and very clearly explain how to do them. And on top of that, you have a detailed PDF or a text document that explains everything in more detail. So the program is also, it also contains a lot of animations, so it's easy to apply and understand. So we try to make it as easy as possible for people to absorb this information, no matter what kind of way you like to learn the most.
Yes. So how long does it take to do the whole exercise program?
That's a good question. If you do all the steps, because some steps can be done simultaneously, you need about 1 hour a day. That's all it takes. And after a while, you don't even, you're not thinking about that you're doing a program. It's just part of your daily life because they're easy to do, and you can do several of them at the same time. And I can explain that a bit more later on why that is so easy. So if you imagine all the results you can get by doing this, it's really not much of an investment to do this 1 hour per day.
No, that's a very important task of the day, right? And so does it involve meditation?
Partly. Maybe not a regular meditation as people are used to, but it's kind of meditation because you are focusing on certain parts of the body at the same time as you're doing the exercises, and that could be seen or experienced as meditation. But you really go into your body and you get in touch with your body very, very deeply, and it's just a wonderful feeling, and people might experience that as a type of meditation.
When we do this, it puts us in alignment and we are inspired. So this is one of those most important meetings of the day that we can have. Even Ava, in her testimonial, she lost 8 pounds without changing the diet. And the wart on her foot of many years disappeared.
Because it automatically energizes your body when you do this exercise on a regular basis. The body starts re-energizing itself. It starts rejuvenating itself automatically. I was just thinking about what you just said. We have this lady named Vibro. She says, every morning when I wake up, I think, awesome, I can get up and do my exercises. The exercises energize me and give me satisfaction both to my body and my soul. What we're going to be looking about later is that also how we can reprogram our subconscious, and that's, also will be affecting our soul and our spirit.
Yes, that is the belief systems and the thought forms, and that really does need to reprogram. So I can see that when we get those out of there, that yes, the body will shed extra pounds, the telomeres, and even on a stem cell level. We can even work with the stem cells on this. That's a hot new topic.
Yeah. And I will tell you exactly which steps activates the telomeres, which or re-energizes your mitochondria and your stem cell production. And we can actually maybe just start with step 1.
Yes, I was going to say, let's do it.
Yeah, here we go. So the first step, and that's a very important step, and I thought maybe I'll just spend a few more minutes on this one, is to give yourself the correct information. And in this step, you will learn how the subconscious harbors all our programs which control our life, our aging, and our physiology, and how you can change these programs by learning how to access your subconscious mind. And in this, affect or even eliminate negative programming, and in their place inserting positive programming. Because today we know that our reality and our health to a very large extent is formed by the way we think. And the person you are today and how healthy you are largely depends on your thoughts and how you react to the circumstances in life. And it is the subconscious who makes us react in certain ways. So, but the problem is that it's very difficult to affect the subconscious where all the programs are stored. So when you have to also start rejuvenating the body, it's even harder to change because those programs are really, really ingrained in us. So we need to change the programming in our subconscious. And what happens is when we do this, is not only are we giving ourselves the right information, we increase our stem cell production. And
wow, that's fascinating.
Yeah. So yeah, it is. I mean, if we can change our programming on a subconscious level, this will affect the production of stem cells, but also it will affect our DNA.
Yes.
Because when we have new thoughts, we create new experiences, which create new emotions, which in turn creates new biological reactions, which creates new DNA. So we are the programmers of our genetic code. So if we can use the techniques in this step to reprogram ourselves back to health and rejuvenation, why not do so?
Mm-hmm.
It's really powerful stuff if you can reprogram your subconscious. And it's not that difficult to do. So we will be using or teaching you mental techniques with the aid of specially created animations, and they will reprogram your subconscious and affect you on a deeper genetic level. So you will upgrade your brain as the nerve cells, because they love to learn new connections, and with repetition, they will get stronger and they will help neurons fire more and create new networks. So that's how we do it. And the exercises we do are very quick to perform. They take only 3 to 4 minutes, but they can be much more effective than long meditations. So just to summarize, this technique then, which we're using for reprogramming ourselves, is what Boris developed. It will reprogram the subconscious. It will create new neurons in the brain, and it will correct the information you send to your DNA. So that's a very important step. And I thought if the listeners would like to just keep track here, if you have a pen and paper at hand, I thought, why not give you guys a free tip for every step?
That is so beautiful. Yeah. I've already got my pen and paper out, and yes, I know others do. So grab your pens. Yes. Okay, go ahead.
Sure. So the free tip for step number 1 is that think of a goal that is most important to you and affirm that goal several times. Something like I'm perfect health or something beautiful like that, which you really want to achieve. And affirm that goal just before you're falling asleep and just when you wake up, because then you are in a state where you can reach your subconscious easily. So do that every day, and that will have some transformational effects on you.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm.
Right. So we are moving forward to step number 2, okay?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So step number 2 is all about correct breathing and how we can improve our oxygen uptake. When we think of the food we eat, we know it has to be metabolized. But the problem is that when we age, the oxygen uptake is reduced, and this weakens the metabolism, and that creates more waste products and free radicals to be formed. So the most important cause of aging in the cells are free radical accumulation and poor oxygenation on the cellular level. So we have to combat this. So how then can we remove free radicals? How can we absorb oxygen better on a cellular level? How can we oxidize less? So we will help you do this by using specifically created anaerobic exercises. This is also something Boris has developed on his own, and they are very effective. We will also use breathing exercises, which will remove free radicals and improve the condition of your cardiovascular system and your oxygenation, your blood circulation, and which will de-stress your body, because those exercises will remove the tensions in the body. So correct breathing, improving your oxygen uptake is really, really important when it comes to rejuvenation. And the free tip for step number 2 is just explaining to you what effective breathing really is. It is diaphragma breathing. It is when you inhale through the nose and the stomach goes out, and you exhale through the nose and your stomach goes in. And you use longer exhales and also pause after the exhale. So let's say you breathe in 3 seconds, your stomach goes out, you exhale 6 seconds, your stomach goes in, and then you pause maybe for 3 seconds, and then you inhale again, all through the nose. So this is effective breathing, and this can have some dramatic effect if you use this daily.
That's interesting, because I know that there is a person who actually recommends exercising this way, and actually, like not taping your mouth so you can't breathe, but this inhale and exhale through the nose. Do we know why? Is that calming the nervous system?
It is calming the nervous system, because when we inhale, the sympathetic nervous system, the activating part of the nervous system, is activated. And when we exhale, the parasympathetic nervous system is activated. And that is the system that relaxes us. So when we breathe like this, it's very distressing, it's very calming, and it's also very good for the blood, because there's more the carbon dioxide level will be normalized in the blood. And that is important because it affects the elasticity of the vessels. And also it thins the blood naturally. So effective breathing has very many different wonderful effects on your stress level, on your cardiovascular system, and those in turn affect many other stuff in the body.
All right, let's see if everyone can continue breathing like that through the remainder of this show.
Well, if they can do it 15 minutes a time, maybe 3 times a day, that is wonderful. I don't think they have to do much more, because you're also teaching the body to use the existing oxygen more effectively. So don't overdo. Everything should be easy, fun to do, and never strain yourself. Just do it, fun thing to do. Maximum 15 minutes 3 times a day. So,
okay, step number 3.
Step number 3 is all about drinking pure and active water. And the aging processes, they reduce the cell's water absorption. And that in turn affects all the metabolic processes in the body. So when we're born, all our fluids are well structured and the biochemical processes in the body work perfectly. But already in our 30s, 1/3 of our fluids have become unstructured, and it continues to decrease as we age. So in the process of aging, our fluid structures deteriorate, and that weakens the cellular communication, and health problems arise. So in this step, drink pure and active water, you will learn the differences between structured water and ionized water, and how you can structure it, and how you use the correct dosages, and how to transfer information to water. And you will also learn about the benefits of drinking acid water and when to drink it and how much you should drink. So this is very interesting about the water because everything in our body consists of water. Even our skeleton has water. I think it's about 20% or something. So we are water. We are information. We are energy. And water is also the information carrier. So knowing this, we can also program our water. And the free tip for this step is that if you drink a little bit of acid water, that could be like apple cider vinegar before each meal, that will help to improve the production of gastric juice. And that is very important for your digestion and also for your absorption of calcium in the body. So drink a little bit of acid water, apple cider vinegar or rosehip tea or something before each meal.
So what if you just cannot stand the taste of apple cider vinegar?
Well, maybe you can stand the taste of lemon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so did you say 15 minutes before? 30 minutes before?
No, just before.
Just before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So if you have an acid environment in your stomach, when you eat, it's easier for the body to absorb minerals. Minerals are absorbed in an acid environment.
Wow, does it also help with digestion? So is that what?
Yeah, because when you have, exactly. The gastric juice, it is what helps your digestion, or is the one who's responsible for your digestion, more or less. So, yes, very important to have enough gastric juice. So when we talk about water, we come to food. So step number 4 is all about having a healthy diet, because we know that our cells need sufficient nourishment in the correct proportions, and we're talking about fats and carbohydrates and proteins, along with vitamins and minerals. But we also need to understand which supplements we need and in which dosages, and how we can combine our foods with our other healthy actions in order to lose weight, for example. So in this step, you will receive new and science-based knowledge about the nutrition which will support health and rejuvenation. And it's important because also diet, along, with what we talked about before, negative thoughts, etc., can affect the epigenome adversely, that is the DNA. So it's more important than we think that we get the right kind of foods and nutrients to our cells. So you will learn which vitamins and minerals are particularly important for the body and how to take them, and how you can also here support your stomach to produce more gastric juice. So, and the free tip for number 4 is this: do not take vitamin C and vitamin D simultaneously, because that will decrease the absorption of those minerals. And also supplement, of course, with omega-3 for your brain. This is really great for your brain and also your heart, but it prevents dementia, many studies show. So that was a free tip for number 4.
Thanks. Good.
And moving on to number 5. Step 5 has to do with improving or restoring the bodily fluids. And then we're talking about the cellular fluids and the lymph and the blood. And it has to do with how to detox your body. Stagnations in the body's fluids and lymph and blood are one of the major reasons for premature aging. I don't think people really are so aware of this, but all the waste products which come as a result of metabolic processes end up in the fluids. So every day we have millions of dead cells that need to be released from the body. But if we have stagnations already in the body, the waste products and the dead cells, they get stuck and they may cause inflammatory processes and tumors instead. So what we need to do is to regularly detox the body, and that is really of vital importance if you want to succeed with your rejuvenation. So in this step, you will learn how to detox your body with the help of breathing exercises, by applying a sacred symbol, and also the use of water and also the use of aquatone if you have that one. So remember, if you have the tools already, many people do, you will have some additional benefits, and you will find out exactly why these tools are so efficient. But if you don't have the tools, there are other exercises for you which will give you some really great results. So what we do in this step is that we're creating a healthy inner environment, so the biochemical reactions are restored, so the cellular communication is improved, and in this step what happens is that the stem cell production will also increase. So for step number 5, the free tip is do your effective breathing and drink acid liquids as it dilutes the blood naturally. So we're talking about the fluids, and the blood is so important, and we have to very often dilute the blood naturally because it gets thicker just by aging. So do your effective breathing and drink acid liquids. This will help dilute your blood naturally.
So would orange juice also be an acid liquid?
If it's not too sweet, yeah. Probably it's too sweet. Maybe I would prefer, no, I think it has to be a bit more acid. I think it's too sweet. I can ask Boris.
Ja.
Är apelsinjuice tillräckligt surt för att dricka före maten?
Nej, inte rekommenderar. Det är mycket socker där.
No, he doesn't recommend that. It's too much sugar. So, rose hip tea is quite a pleasant taste if you don't like lemons or if you don't like apple cider vinegar.
You said rose hip tea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Okie dokie.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Moving forward to step number 6, where we restore the energy flow in the body. And the key to health is in our body's ability to produce energy. And because the body is an energy system and it organizes biochemical reactions on a cellular level to produce energy. So we need to make sure that these processes work as intended. So we need to create free passage for the energy from the food we eat, but also from the cosmos, the chi, to flow in our meridians. And that is one of actually the most important parts of the entire rejuvenation process, is to help the energy flow in our meridians. And in this step, you will learn some very important energetic exercises together with specifically created animations, which will greatly improve the energy flow in your body. And you will learn about the different kinds of energy the body needs and how to perform energetic acupuncture without needles, and also how to allocate energy in a correct manner. So you will be able to refill various organs and tissue with energy. And these exercises can dramatically affect your rejuvenation and your health. So this is a very important step too. Mm-hmm. And the free tip when it comes to restoring the energy flow in the body is something we hear every day. Think positive thoughts. Yeah. Think positive thoughts. But it's actually much more important than we think, because when we have positive thoughts, it not only affects our biochemistry, it also affects your DNA and it affects your energy flow positively. So having positive thoughts actually helps the energy in your meridians to flow as it should.
Isn't that fascinating? And this is what science is now proving. I love it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah. So step 7 is about how you can increase the amount of good bacteria in your body. And during the past few years, there's been many scientific studies which show that good bacteria play an incredibly important part in our health, because good bacteria affect almost all biochemical reactions, and a healthy amount of good bacteria benefits, among other things, your immune system and the functions of your brain. But all the chemicals we have in our food, the drugs people take, and all the stress substantially reduce the amount of good bacteria, and that weakens our health and causes aging. But thanks to quantum possibilities, which we mentioned on other shows like Aquaton, And if we add probiotics and prebiotics, we're able to increase the amount of good bacteria. So you will learn which foods contain prebiotics and how to use probiotics. And you will learn how you can strengthen the mucous membrane in the intestines and thus help good bacteria to adhere to the intestines and to grow in number. And the free tip for number 7 is, if you like it, eat a bit of sauerkraut with every meal. And that has a double beneficial effect. It will help you with your acidity and it will add some really good bacteria.
Interesting, because you would think that you wouldn't need acidity if everyone's trying to be alkaline.
Exactly. Oh, that's such a good point. According to Boris, this is just it's just become a new stereotype that people think they have to be alkaline all the time. That's not how the body works. Sometimes it's alkaline, sometimes it's acid, and it needs both. It regulates this very well by itself. So the acidity is very important for your blood and for your digestion. So Boris does not recommend, all those alkaline diets at all. It's better to give your body more acidity in the right way, of course, so it can regulate acidity and alkaline levels on its own the way it wants to. We talked about Monaco, another device, on another of your shows, and that one can actually show you exactly what happens in your body, every single parameter, what happens when you eat the right kind of foods, and also tell you which kind of foods you need. But it's very important to have both acidity and the alkaline.
Good. Okay. Yes, thanks for clarifying. All right, so let's just go get our sauerkraut and have it in our refrigerator and pull it out. Also, so would that be so the sauerkraut, is that why kombucha or kimchi is so popular? Yeah,
also that, Because it also contains a lot of good probiotics. And also the difference between probiotics and prebiotics. Prebiotics is actually the food for probiotics. So prebiotics is fiber, and that is necessary for the probiotics to develop. So you need both prebiotics and probiotics.
Yes. Okay.
Absolutely.
A balance. See, everything it's revealing is in balance, right? In moderation and balance. Okay. Tip number 8, or no, step number 8.
Step number 8 is how you can improve your cardiovascular system. And this is super important. The body has a gigantic network of blood vessels. We have over 60,000 miles of blood vessels in our bodies. And the function of the blood vessels is to transport and deliver nourishment and oxygen and all the biochemical substances to the cells. And many health problems and aging begin with poorly functioning blood vessels. And the blood vessels may become more rigid, less elastic, and the blood may become thicker. And all these factors cause a poor delivery of oxygen and other biochemical substances to the cells, which in turn cause the cells to function, or the cells' functions to deteriorate. And poor circulation and functional failure of the cardiovascular system is the beginning of very many health problems. So in this very important step number 8, you will learn about the 4 different main reasons for cardiovascular dysfunction, and you will learn what to do to avoid them without drugs or medicines. And you will learn to do so by applying certain breathing exercises and learn which supplements you need to add to your diet, how to use the quantum physical approaches, that is our tools if you have them, and how you can detox the body, how you can increase the production of nitrogen oxide. And that is important because that naturally dilutes the blood. And the free tip for this important step is do physical activity. We know that. We should do that. But physical activity is very important also for the blood circulation. And for the blood, drink enough structured water. And also use effective breathing to increase the nitrogen oxide in your blood. So you will have a naturally diluted blood and naturally more elastic blood vessels. So that was a free tip for step 8.
Wonderful. Awesome. Naturally dilute our blood. Step number 9
has to do with improving the communication between the cells. So we know that the human body is a physical, an emotional, and an energetic body. But more than anything, the human body is an information structure. And I know we talked a lot about this in your previous shows. And if you want to affect something in the body, the most powerful approach, if you want to get real rejuvenation, is if you approach the body from an informational level. And when we have all of these structures, the physical, the emotional, the energy, and the information structures working well, all of the cellular communication is normal and functioning as it should. And you will learn in this step how to use specially created mental exercises, also using a sacred symbol, which will improve the cellular communication. And also if you have the tree med, this is great. So we will learn in this step to improve the communication between the cells. And another benefit when you do this is that when you're restoring the cell's communication, is that the mitochondria functions will improve. And I think most people know what the mitochondria is. It's the cellular power engines, and with aging and stressors or infections or allergens, etc., the mitochondrial activity decreases. So if you want to increase the amount and the size and the power of those mitochondria in your cells, and the energy producing capacity of your cells, you should use this one exercise. And that will help you with the communication in between cells. And that can be very, very powerful contribution to your rejuvenation process, is when you're energizing your cells like this. And the free tip, not to forget, the free tip is if you have the Triomed, that is absolutely the fastest way of restoring your cellular communication. But also learning how to speak to your body is another one. So now we're coming to the very last step. We've gone through the steps pretty fast, and I hope you've had time to write down the free tips and a little bit more information. The last step is how you can improve or restore your spine. Through the spine, the bone marrow passes, which connects the brain with the body, and all governing signals from the brain pass through the bone marrow in the spine, and together with the brain it forms the central nervous system. And the spinal cord is connected to all the organs in our body via the nerve circuits, which carry nerve impulses from the brain to the body and from the body back to the brain. But very often we have spinal problems and squashed nerves, and they cause not only pain, but also weakened functions in organs and body parts. So in this step, we will teach you how you, with the help of anaerobic exercises, which Boris also has developed, you will learn how to positively affect various segments of your spine and remove the tension in the spine, which often is the cause of many problems. And you can do this with massage or aquatone, the quantum wellness tool we've talked about before, but also there are other exercises, the anaerobic exercises, because it's very difficult to heal anything in the body if you have blockages in your spine. For example, if you have blockages in your upper part of your spine, it can be very difficult to heal issues that have to do with upper parts of your body, like the thyroid or your eyes or your teeth, you mentioned. So because all the parts of the spine are connected to organs. So really important to free up blockages from the spine and make the spine as healthy as possible. And the free tip for this step is massage the muscles along the whole spine to energize it. That will help also a lot to get the energy flowing more easily. So do that on a regular basis, the muscles along the spine, not directly on the spine, but the muscles next to the spine. Yep, I think we've gone through all the 10 steps. Yeah.
Okay, so a quick question on those anaerobic exercises.
Yeah.
We know aerobic is sustained duration of breathing. Anaerobic is more like bursts of energy. So are the exercises simple exercises that you can do over a minute or so?
They are very, very easy to perform. And they're super easy to perform, really. And you can, very easy. You can use them on any part of your body. So you will use them on the spine, but you can also use them on your knees. You can use them for your eyes. You can use them for rejuvenating your skin. You can use them for anything, really. Just to know how to do it. Yes, and it's really easy to do it. But,
All right. Well, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Sure.
I know that's just a packed program with a lot of really good information, and we thank you for that. So, you also do the Tibetan healing miracle modality. And we're going to experience a little bit about that. That's a beautiful gift for our audience. And even just a few minutes here, we'll be able to experience that. But do you want to add anything about this?
Yeah, sure. The Tibetan healing miracle, which Boris will perform now, is very effective healing modality, which only a few people know how to do. So what you need to do is just sit with your legs uncrossed, relax, and just say to yourself that you receive this healing for your highest good. And what we'll be doing today is a healing for your hormone system. The hormones are so incredibly important, and they affect so many things in our body, and they are easily disrupted by the stress we live under. So today we thought that the hormone system could maybe need a bit of strengthening and rejuvenation. So Boris is going to start the healing or the transmission, and it takes about 5 minutes, and there will be some music with this. So I will just tell Boris to get started, and then we go. Boris? Nu gör vi healing-transmissionen där.
Ja, I begin now.
Yes, and Lauren, there may be some music coming with us.
Yes. Here we go.
Here we go.
complete.
Beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I certainly felt that, very much enjoyed that, and right now I'm in a very peaceful position. And so it would be wonderful to hear you talk a little bit about this Tibetan healing miracle. Very few people in the world know how to do this. Can you expand a little bit on what this modality is and what you were doing in that silent transmission?
Well, it's really a big surprise for all your listeners later this fall. And
good.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it, but it has to do with getting hold of the access, not the channel, but the frequency, and then putting information into that and doing certain things.
Yeah.
And there's something really exciting coming up about this healing modality later this fall. So maybe we should keep a little bit of the juicy information about that for later.
We are looking forward to that.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful feeling and a frequency, and it changed along the way. And so we thank you so much for that beautiful healing gift today as we carry that forward. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, it is beautiful, and I would love to talk about the package and what that all includes, because it's a special offer, but the bonuses are so beautiful that those are worthy of themselves. And so can you share what these are a little bit more? I know you talked a little bit about them, but that'd be great.
Yeah. So just first, the package, what you will get is 12 videos with the background music, which really helps you absorb the information very easily. And you will get 10 colorful and easy to read handbooks. And in the videos, there are over 30 animations, which will help you do the exercises easily. The bonuses are wonderful. They are of the same modality we just experienced, the sacred Tibetan healing miracle. And each of the 3 bonuses are 15 minutes long transmissions. And the first one is a healing boost for your mitochondria, the power engines of the cells. And this is absolutely wonderful. And that's the first bonus. The second is strengthening your telomeres, the telomeres being the protective cap on your chromosomes. And the third bonus is boosting the production of healthy stem cells. The bonuses are very powerful. They're very strong. So we recommend that you do them max twice a day, preferably once in the morning and once in the evening. So the bonuses are absolutely wonderful, and I know people are just loving them. So if you don't want to rejuvenate, I suggest you get the package just to get those wonderful bonuses. I mentioned before that the steps are, it is possible to do different steps at the same time. I mean, you can do the mental exercises while you're doing the physical exercises, and you can eat the right foods and drink a light water at the same time. So but the tip is to begin by studying each step for 1 week and really get familiar with each step at a time, 1 step per week, and thereafter successively incorporate the steps into your daily habits. So start slowly, take 1 week per step and get really to know the step and incorporate it, and then go on to the next step. And when you're doing the steps, of course, use the bonuses, use the transmission, the Tibetan healing transmission twice a day too. So the special offer is this unique and very complete rejuvenation program. The cost of it is $997, and the value of the 3 and the 3 bonuses is $297. So there's a total price of $1,294, but your special offer today is only $147. So another bonus is also the access to our private Facebook page, where you can learn more about the health concept of the future and ask any user questions you have about the 10 steps to rejuvenation. So
that's very helpful too, as people implement these and start to see results, and to have that support and also encouragement is very helpful. It really helps to integrate the program.
Yeah, I think so. Many people are experiencing things in their bodies when they start doing this, because what happens is when you start doing the exercises, many people experience more energy. And when you have more energy in the cells automatically want to start detoxing. So people wondering, oh, why do I get rashes and, and vertigo or something? It's quite unusual that people have symptoms, but you might get detox symptoms, and it's nice to have someone to ask, is this strange or whatever. So the Facebook group is there for you. You can ask any kind of questions, and just be part of this wonderful group of souls.
Well, talk about a wonderful group of souls, this work that you bring together for that. It's great, and we thank you so much, because it's fascinating, the information, and it really is, from all the work that Boris has done, whether people have those quantum wellness tools or not, they can make this work in their life and use these tips. But I also wanted to mention that on our webpage for this web show here at acoustichealth.com, there are a couple of links. Not only do we have the link to this program, which is the 10-step rejuvenation program, and also there are the quantum wellness tools. There's the Monocore, and there's others, and each of those pages have links to the programs where those items were explained in detail. If you're interested in this information, if it intrigues you and you want to learn more, go check out those earlier programs in our archives. And also, those link up to the physical products that assist as well in this wellness process. So, Annette, do you want to add about any of those products?
The Aquatone is really helpful for many of the steps, if you want to check that out, because it structures the inner environment, the fluids in the body very, very effectively. There's actually no other tool in the world that does this so effectively. So if you don't have the Aquatone yet, I do suggest that you check this tool out.
Beautiful. All right. We have been given some very good tips to make some changes in our lives, and I thank you so much for that. And thank you too, Boris, for everything.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Laura. It's such a joy to be on your show. It's just wonderful energy here, and we're so grateful that you want to help us spread the message of health and rejuvenation to as many people as possible. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you both for being here. This truly is New Earth, and it is so empowering, especially with this information coming as we gather in this very Aquarian tool known as the Internet.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
And now it's time to dance our way to the cosmic heart. Enjoy. Thank you for listening to this quantum conversation, and thank you for dancing with us to the cosmic heart. As we raise our own vibration, we raise the vibration of the planet. This show is dedicated to you and all awakening hearts, as we are here to shine our bright light and amplify our love. Access all quantum conversations, special offers from our guests, and online healing retreats by visiting acoustichealth.com. I'm Loren Gailey, and from my sacred heart to yours, I honor your magnificent love and light. We leave you now with music from the universe. Music literally created by the universe, as musical notes were assigned to mathematical equations. The result is this beautiful music, available at acoustichealth.com. Namaste.
The moderator has left the conference.